Let's solve the question number 8. Here we have to integrate 1 by 1 plus cot x whole to the power 1 by 4 from pi by 6 to pi by 3. Okay, so we have to integrate the term dx by 1 plus cot x is whole to the power 1 by 4 from pi by 6 to pi by 3. Okay, I am saying this value as I. Okay, and I am saying 1 plus cot x is whole to the power 1 by 4, 1 upon 1 by 1 plus cot x is whole to the power 1 by 4 as fx. So we are going to integrate integration pi by 6 to pi by 3 dx, pi by 6 to pi by 3 fx dx, right? Fx dx. We know that integration a to b fx dx is same as integration a to b f of a plus b minus x into dx, right? We know it. So we are using the fact here. I can say that integration pi by 6 to pi by 3 f of pi by 6 plus pi by 3 minus x into dx. So we can write it integration pi by 6 to pi by 3 f of pi by 6 plus pi by 3, it is nothing but 6 into 2 pi plus pi minus x into dx. So I can write it as integration pi by 6 to pi by 3 f of, this is nothing but pi by 2 minus x into dx. So this is integration pi by 6 to pi by 3 1 by 1 plus cot pi by 2 minus x is whole to the power 1 by 4 into dx, right? We know that cot pi by 2 minus x is nothing but tan x. So this is integration pi by 6 to pi by 2 dx by 1 plus tan x is whole to the power 1 by 4, right? So we got I equal to integration pi by 6 to pi by 3 dx by 1 plus tan x is whole to the power 1 by 4. Now I can write tan x as pi by 3 to pi by 6 dx by, I can write tan x as 1 pi cot x is whole to the power 1 by 4 dx, right? So I can write it integration pi by 6 to pi by 3 cot x is whole to the power 1 by 4 by cot x is power 1 by 4 plus 1 into dx, right? So I got the value of I as this. Okay, now 2i, that is equal to I plus I. Okay, so in first I we are using this value, okay, you can, we are writing integration pi by 6 to pi by 3 1 by 1 plus cot x is whole to the power 1 by 4 into dx, plus in the second I we are using this value of I. Okay, pi by 6 to pi by 3 cot x is whole to the power 1 by 4 by cot x is whole to the power 1 by 4 plus 1. Now we know that integration a to b fx dx plus integration a to b gx dx is same as integration a to b f plus g of x dx. So we are using this fact here. I can write this is nothing but integration pi by 6 to pi by 3 1 plus cot x is whole to the power 1 by 4, I can write it as 1 plus cot x is power 1 by 4 by 1 plus cot x is whole to the power 1 by 4 dx, right? So this is integration pi by 6 to pi by 3 dx. So this is nothing but x whose upper limit is pi by 3 and lower limit is pi by 6. So this is pi by 3 minus pi by 6. So this is equal to 6 2 pi minus pi. So this is nothing but pi by 2, pi by 6. Okay, so the value of 2I is equal to pi by 6. So the value of I is equal to pi by 12. Let us see the options. So option D is our correct option. So let us solve the question number 9. The question number 9 says tangents are drawn from a point on a circle x square plus y square equal to a square to a circle x square plus y square equal to b square. Okay, so we have to draw tangents from any point of this circle to this circle. Okay, if the chord of contact of these two tangents touches the circle x square plus y square is equal to c square, then they are asking a square plus b square plus c square are in this thesis. So we have to find the relation between a, b and c. First of all, let me draw the picture. Okay, this is our circle number 1. This is our circle number 2. Okay, and this is our circle number 3. Before drawing the circle number 3, I am saying that this is our x square plus y square is equal to a square. Okay, and this is our x square plus y square is equal to b square. Okay, so we have to draw tangents from any point of this circle to this circle. Okay, so I am taking any point of this circle here. I have to draw two tangents from this point to this circle. Okay, so I am drawing two tangents. This is our tangent number 1. Okay, this is our tangent number 2. Okay, now what is our chord of contact? The chord of contact is nothing but this line, right? The chord of contact is nothing but this line. So the question says this chord of contact touches the circle this, right? So I am drawing the large circle. So this is our required picture. This chord of contact touches this circle. So we have to find out the relation between A, B and C. Okay, now okay, I think this picture is clear to all of you. Let us start the solution. Okay, first of all, let me write down the equation. X square plus y square is equal to a square. This is our number 1. X square plus y square is equal to b square. It is our number 2. X square plus y square is equal to c square. This is our number 3. First of all, let me choose a point lies on 1 in parametric form. I am taking the point in parametric form as a cos theta comma a sin theta. A cos theta, a sin theta is a point in 1, lies on 1. Okay, now the equation of chord, then the equation of chord of contact must be a cos theta into x plus b sin theta, b into a sin theta into y is equal to b square. As we know, if we draw if we draw the tangents from the point x1 y1 to the circle x square plus y square is equal to b square, then the equation of chord of contact is x1 plus y1 is equal to b square. Now just observe that if this is our chord of contact and this is our the circle 3. Now if this chord of contact touches this circle, then we can say that the perpendicular distance from the center of this circle to this straight line must be equal to the length of radius. So I can say that the perpendicular distance from the center of the third circle to the chord of contact must be equal to the radius. So first of all, let me find out the perpendicular distance from the center of this circle to the chord of contact. This is our 4. Then the perpendicular distance from origin 0 0 to 4 is equal to, so how to find the perpendicular distance? From this we have to put x, the value of x here, we have to put the value of y here, and need to take b square in the left hand side. So I am doing this, a cos theta into 0 plus b sin theta into 0 minus b square by this is a sin theta into 0 minus b square by root over of a square cos square theta plus a square sin square theta. Now this perpendicular distance must be equal to the radius of this third circle. Now what is the radius of this third circle? It is c. So I am writing this c. So this is nothing but b square by a is equal to c. So I can say that b square equal to ac, and hence I can say that a, b, c are in GP. Okay, so what is our option? So our option B is our correct option. Now let's solve the question number 10. It says that if the numbers x and y chosen at random from the set 1, 2, 3 dot dot up to 30, then the probability of a number probability of x square plus y square is divisible by 3 is. So we have to find out the probability of x square minus y square is divisible by 3. Okay, now let us start the solution. Okay, so x square minus y square is divisible by 3. In other words, I can say that 3 divides x square minus y square, right? So I can say that 3 divides x minus y and x plus y, right? So I can say that 3 divides x minus y into x plus y, right? Now just observe that we know that if we choose any natural number x, then x is of the form 3k or 3k plus 1 or 3k plus 2, right? If we choose any natural number x, then x is of the form either 3k or 3k plus 1 or 3k plus 2, and the same result hold for y. Y is of the form 3k1 or 3k1 plus 1 or 3k1 plus 2, right? So then y must be any one of this form. Now observe that if x and y both is of the form 3k, that is x is of the form 3k, x equal to 3k and y is equal to 3k1, then that is in other word I can say that x and y both divisible by 3. If x and y both divisible by 3, then I can say that x plus y is equal to 3k plus 3k1. That is, if we take 3 in a common factor, so I can write it k plus k1. So I can say that x plus y is also divisible by 3, right? If x is divisible by 3, y is also divisible by 3, then I can say that x plus y is divisible by 3. If x plus y is divisible by 3, I can say that x square minus y square is also divisible by 3. So if x is divisible by 3 and y is divisible by 3, then x square minus y square is also divisible by 3. Now if x is equal to 3k and y is equal to 3k plus 1, then what is x plus y? Then x plus y is equal to 3k plus 3k1 plus 1. In other words, I can say that if we take 3 common factors, it is k plus k1 plus 1. Then x plus y is not divisible by 3, and you can see that if we try to find the value of x minus y, then the value of x minus y is 3 into k minus k1 plus 1. This is also not divisible by 3. So if x is of the form 3k and y is of the form 3k plus 3k1 plus 1, that is x is divisible by 3 but y is not divisible by 3, then x plus y is not divisible by 3 and x minus y is also not divisible by 3, and hence I can conclude that x square minus y square is not divisible by divisible by 3. Okay, so if x plus y, x is divisible by 3 and y is not divisible by 3, then I can say that x square minus y square is also not divisible by 3. If x is of the form x is of the form 3k, that is x is divisible by 3 and y is of the form 3k plus 2, then you also can show that x plus y and x minus y both are not divisible by 3, and hence x square minus y square is also not divisible by 3. So if x is divisible by 3 and y is not divisible by 3, then x square minus y square is not divisible by 3. Now if x is not divisible by 3 and y is also not divisible by 3, see, if x is not divisible by 3, then x is of the form 3k plus 1. If y is not divisible by 3, then y is of the form either 3k plus 1 or 3k plus 2. Then if y is of the form 3k plus 2, then let us add x plus y, that is this plus this is equal to 3k plus 3k1 plus 3. This is 3 into k plus k1 plus 1. This is divisible by 3. So if x is not divisible by 3 and y is also not divisible by 3, then I can say that x plus y is divisible by 3, and hence x square minus y square is divisible by 3. So x square minus y square is divisible by 3, either x is divisible by 3 and y is divisible by 3, or x is not divisible by 3 and y is also not divisible by 3. Okay, this is our main fact, that is either both divisible by 3 or both not divisible by 3. So case I am considering the case 1 when both x and y is divisible by 3. Okay, if x and y both divisible by 3, then x comma y belongs to the set 3, 6, 9 dot 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 30. Okay, how many numbers are there? There are 10 numbers. So there are 10 numbers, right? So I have to choose 2 numbers from these 10 numbers. So I can choose in 10 C2 ways. Okay, now case 2. So case 2, so if both x and y is not divisible by 3. If x and y are not divisible by 3, then x comma y must belongs to the set 1, 2, 3 dot 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 30 minus the this set 3, 6, 9 dot 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 30. So how many numbers are there? There are 20 numbers. So I can choose xy from these remaining 20 numbers. So how many choices are there? There are 20 C2 choices. Okay, so therefore the required probability, is, so there are 30 numbers. I have to choose any 2 numbers from these 30 numbers. So total choice is 10 C2 by 20 C2 plus 20. This is to our 20 C2 20 C2 plus 10 C2. So this is nothing but 20 factorial by 2 factorial into 18 factorial plus this is nothing but 10 factorial by 8 factorial into 2 factorial. This is nothing but 30 factorial by 2 factorial into 28 factorial, right? So I can write it I can write it as, if I am cancelling 2 factorial with this 2 factorial, so I can write it 20 by 18 factorial. This is nothing but 20 into 19 plus 10 by 8 factorial. This is nothing but 10 into 9 by this. So this is equal to 38 plus 9 by 87. So this is equal to 47 by 87. This is our answer. Let us check the options. Let us check the options. So this is our option D. So option D is our correct option.